Okay, so let's go ahead and move on with the demo. So first of all, because this is a lot of the things here have been built for the convenience of the demo, just type in bills here and press enter. So that the demo would work the way that it is intended to work. If you don't type bills, both same array and new array will actually work the same way. And then we'll just go ahead and click on the button with the same array text a few times. And you will see that there are no updates here, the description value and date, no new transactions are there. Even though that the JSON printout down below, which we've used for debugging here, will actually state that something new has indeed been created, that the new transactions are indeed being added. And if I click on new transaction, look, the hard-coded transaction is added multiple times over and over, even though it was added before, now it is simply displayed. Why does this happen? Well, at the moment, we have the pipe set to true. Basically, this is a pure pipe, and we've stated that by typing impure : true. And pure pipes can only detect pure changes. Now, what does this mean? Well, pure changes are all the changes that happen on primitive types. For example, if you change some sort of a number or a string or a boolean, etc., or a change of a reference to an object or an array. But we haven't really changed any primitive types here, and we certainly haven't changed the reference to the array, to the newly created arrays. We've only added more information to the old array. Now, we are interested in the change of the reference, so which is used for arrays and objects. That means that no changes will be detected if we add new elements as we have done so here. So as you can see, it's being added in JSON, but it's not being it's not being displayed here, so it's not actually being detected even though the change is taking place. This basically means changes will only be detected if we actually change the reference to an array or an object, but this has not occurred. We have only updated the old array and the reference to the array has remained the same. This basically means that the current array has been if a reference change occurs, that would mean that the current array has been replaced with a new array, and then the reference to it has to change as well. Hence, we have the Hence, we have the copy. Hence, we have the method for the copying of the arrays and updating them. So why would you have such a terrible limitation here? Well, it improves performance by a very good margin, and you can check out the console log. If I just scroll, it means that the pipe transform has been called only 3 times, even though I have added so many transactions here. But I'm just going to go ahead and refresh the site. And okay, pipe transform has been called once. Now I am going to go ahead and change this to false and hence create an impure pipe. False. Just going to Control S to save. And just give it time for the site to load. And before I type in bills here, look at this. It was only once before. Now a simple reload of the site causes the pipe transform to be called 4 times, which is a great deal. Maybe you can see the degradation of performance on a small site like this, but on bigger projects, this grows by orders of magnitude. And that's a pretty big problem. So just type in bills one more time here, and you can see it immediately jumps to 8. So every page refresh of whatsoever, pretty much in our case, causes this number to increase by 4, which is pretty bad in terms of performance, as opposed to the one before, as opposed to the pure pipe where this only happened once. On the other hand, these impure pipes can detect pretty much any changes within the component, which is an extremely common occurrence, and it degrades this performance by a very large margin. So if I just click on new transaction, it just grows by 2 and this grows by 2, so both act in the same way. So this is being added non-stop, but pipe transform calls are increasing in size by a ridiculous amount. So a very large amount of increases here. So the method is being called over and over and over and over and over again, which degrades the performance significantly. However, it does detect any sort of a change within the component, and that is very useful and practical from the user perspective. But now you might ask yourselves, well, which pipes to use in general? It's very situational. It's situation dependent. Sometimes you should use the pure pipes as much as you can to improve the performance. But when you use impure pipes, you have to be really careful, especially with loading of arrays and all that, because a click is an event, or a key press is an event, etc. And these key presses can increase the amount of method calls you have on the site, and that can lead to some serious problems. So you just have to be really careful with impure pipes, while on the other hand, pure pipes are fairly safe to use and have much better performance, although they don't have as much capabilities as the impure pipes do. Okay, gonna bid you farewell here, and we shall see each other in the next tutorial.